Namaste, welcome to our practice today. The theme is Be the Light. I've had this shirt for a long time and it carries a message. So bring your hands together to the heart center. And in this time space we slow down. Even though we'll move, I carry the understanding idea now of moving meditation. It's not an absolute stillness that's required to meditate. We'll move and meditate. Set your intention for this 45 minutes. Why have you come? And then release your hands down to your thighs. So be the light, be the light. What does that mean? It's about carrying an essence with you all the time. So I have a label of being a yoga teacher, and there's an assumption that I am carrying a light as a teacher. And when I wake up and rise and shine and I get on to my day and I'm in front of people throughout the day, that I do hold this energy of L-I-G-H-T, and I'll run into people all day long, whether it's going through a checkout at Whole Foods or walking into the library or into the restaurant. Whoever comes into me with also their light, carrying a light attitude, a light energy in their voice, a lightness in their personality, and it's something that you either tune back into or it's something that you can acquire. So let's talk a lot about that in the class today. As you sit tall in your spine, I call it the power seat, start from the ground up. So you're sitting down on the ground. Some of you might be sitting up on a chair, fine by me. And tune in to the spine energy. There's an energy that travels up and down. Sometimes you'll hear a yogi talk about the chakra system. There are wheels placed in the body where the energy flows through and it heads down and back up all through the day. Those wheels are considered light, a different energy of light in each space. Your breath carries energy as well. As you breathe in and you breathe out, you fill up. Good. And then let your eyes open lightly, slightly out, landing in front of you. In yoga, that's called the drishti gaze, where we just kind of hone our eyes more inward than looking all around the room as we're practicing. Let your right ear tip to the right shoulder, so just feel the stretch over and out. As you know, if you've practiced with me, some days I'll go a little less and some days I dive in a little more. The diving in more would be the hand coming up to the skull. Maybe even sliding your left hand just slightly behind you or out towards the ground. And then head back up and left ear to the left shoulder. And because I introduced the hand, even in showing you, I'll bring it back into, and either the hand backside, or out to the earth, and then head back up, and then tuck the chin in, shoulders, collarbone slide back, ribs absorb in. All of these different cueings that you might not feel at first, but down the road you will. Keep the ribs tucked in and slowly shift your face up to the sky. Stretch from chin to throat, throat to heart, heart to hips. And then face back to the center. Bringing the light into the body. So let's just experience this as you take your arms out to the side. Feel the energy, the nervous system kind of lights up. You feel kind of recharged. You can flutter your fingers or just make a tight fist and extend your fingers out. Good. And then let's all flip our palms up and draw the thumbs back. If it feels uncomfortable in your shoulders, you might head down a little lower, or you might try up a little higher. So experiment. Don't always truly follow my movement. And then bring your arms out in front, cross over, and drop your hands onto your body. Good. Round. Drop your kidneys back, heart back, and fold into yourself. Take 2 deep breaths into the back body. And then we'll lift our chest back up, and really easy here to just keep your elbows bent and just slowly push the energy right up to the sky. Your palms face in, which will turn your bicep in. And then you can even draw your elbows down a little bit to support the shoulder girdle. Take 1 more breath, creating light energy in the body, and then hands back down towards your thighs. Good. We'll come on to hands and knees, which is called tabletop or cat-cow. Most yoga classes start out with that. And what I call it is flossing the spine. So land in your hands, land in your knees. Spine softens, melts, rests down. Press chin forward, and you'll feel the top of your thighs slide back. Opposite action is to push down, push down, push down, pull forehead in. And inhale back forward. And go the speed that serves you. And then the wag of the tail, I'm even going to face you on this one because sometimes it's hard to understand. So I'll gaze towards the right and I'll let my ribs go out to the left. And then I'll gaze to the left and my ribs shift to the right. So it's a C curve happening in the spine. Back to center and sit yourself back into child pose. A little space in between thighs if you need it, to rest yourself down towards the ground. Breathing all through the practice, we stay tethered to the breath. One more breath. Hands and knees. And first down dog. Toes catch the mat. You'll charge your hips back. And then you can start to walk it out. Right heel down and left heel down. So you're making a pose that looks like a mountain, very tethered or grounded through hands, feet, and the seat hips high. Modifiers go right into bent knee. One more breath. And then let's bend the knees if you haven't and slowly walk forward to the top of the mat. Body folds. Two more breaths. And then slowly as you push down, you'll start to stand up. You'll start to stand up, lift up, take your hands over your head. And hands to your heart. Good. I'm going to take a moment to be a teacher for you in a different way. So if you just want to have a seat for a second or stand and watch what I'm going to show you how to do with walking forward in your down dog. So when you're in your down dog, I was teaching this to a class yesterday. A lot of times when you're new, you try to come forward with your legs straight. So you don't understand that there's a squat back that will help carry you forward. You try to get forward by walking with your legs straight and your hips high. So you can practice, not right now, but to shift your hips back, look forward, just like a crouching tiger. Notice how my spine and hips stay low as I come forward. You'll let the spine go long, then you'll fold down, and you'll come right back up to the sky. Hands to the heart. Hopefully that'll help a lot of you get back to the top of the mat. Good. Let's go through Sun Salute A 3 times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bent knee if you need it. Half lift. Eyes drift to that drishti gaze point. And then step back plank. Strong and straight from the top of the head all the way to the heel. Knees down. And then slow, steady, building strength, we come down to the earth. Elbows straight back. Shoulders roll back, push down. Cobra, my pelvis, pubis bone stays on the ground. Back to ground, press back, down dog. 3 breath on the quiet side. I breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. So here we go. Bend your knees, drop your hips back, look forward, and as you come forward, walking or hopping, kind of stay low with the hips. Easier, right? Fold down, back up to the sky, hands over the head, and hands to the heart. Good. Moving meditation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Step back. Meet your length. Think of your bones, a lot of the times how they stack up. Knees down. Down we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobra, Bhujangasana in Sanskrit. Elbows are bent. Back to ground. Press back. Down dog. This one, my second one in the series, I like to step feet closer to the hands and then shift the inhale of heels high and exhale, heels down. Inhale, heels high, and exhale, down. One more time, inhale and exhale. Remember, your feet are a little closer to the hands. Bend your knees, squat back, and walk or hop forward. Fold, rise and shine, be the light, and hands to heart. One more time, inhale, arms up. Fold down, half lift, step back, body down. Now I'm not pausing this time. Cobra or up face, my hands jump back a little bit because I'll do a push-up. Arms go straight. Draw hips back, down dog. Right leg strong, straight, up and back. As you push into your hands, you go back towards your thigh. Right foot down, left leg, up and back. Push back. Big stretch, standing leg. Foot lands. Feet are together. Bend your knees, walk or hop. Fold. Inhale back up to the sky, hands over the head. And hands to your heart. Samastitihi, meaning relaxed power. Hands land on the hips. Let's step back with our left foot. Find your balance. So your midline, the plumb line, is straight down through the pelvis. Top thigh back, arms go up. Not a warrior one yet because the back heel is off the ground. Let's play with a little balance. Right hand on hip. Left palm reaches up another inch. And then a slight tip over, whatever you've got, to the right side. Back up to the sky. Take your hands to your hips and lean forward. Use your right leg as the strength to bring you back to the top. Right foot steps back. Find your balance. Drishti gaze. Another little theming of today's class is to soften your eyes. Arms up. And then we played with extra balance on hand to the hip, right hand a little higher, and it's a tip out. I must be in my whole body to find balance here. Both hands back to the sky, hands to the hips, lean out, feel, and then powerful left leg brings you forward. Let's do breath work. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Notice that nice release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Good. Now we come into standing postures. Left foot steps back. Foot lands at an angle. There's a bit of space, like a railroad track space in between both feet. Arms go up, and we'll label this pose as Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Confident arms, bicep up by your ears. Hands land on hips, back foot opens out to the side. Right foot walks in. Give yourself some spacing. This is a bigger pose. Right knee over the ankle foot. Good. Shoulders facing the left side. And as soon as the arms go out, the drishti gaze is at your right fingertips. Soften the eyes. Being the light comes from a softer place. It's not an overpowering energy. Turn your right palm up. You watch my arms. You'll see one drops, one lifts. So one lifts, one drops. Send your right knee forward. Reach as far back as you can to trigger the opening in your right side. My drishti gaze can land on the earth. One more breath. I feel. Land back in Warrior 2, drishti gaze, right hand. And then bring your forearm to your thigh. Today's class will just push right out forward. Turn gaze today towards right foot. Question yesterday, what should I be feeling in my foot? Well, here you're feeling both feet for sure. Back foot, baby toe outer heel, front foot heel. Back into Warrior 2. Good. Front leg on fire. Straighten the front leg. I like to shorten my pose a little bit. Back foot walks in. And then I'll glide out towards the plant in my room. Yours, whatever you've got in front of you. And then land about mid-shin. Tippy fingers first. As soon as you push into the shin, that'll help you turn out to the side and stretch your left arm up. Feeling playful today, not quite sure why, but half moon pose just stepped into my head. So it's a bigger pose, but it might make you giggle and it might make you fall out of your pose. So let's just talk about what we're going to do next. Bring your hand to your hip. Turn your gaze to your right foot. We'll bend into the right knee. We'll walk our back foot in. Slowly come down towards the ground, even bending your knee a lot. And start to lift the back leg off. That's a great beginner's place to stay. If you've been around for a while, you're already liking this pose. The leg goes straight. Tippy fingers on ground or block. The left arm goes up. Remember, my beginners are way down here. Soft landing. Keep your hips low. Land back into triangle. I know that was harder, but fun, right? Hands on hips. And slowly step back to the top of the mat. Good. Breath work. Inhale, arms up. Let's sigh. Good to be practicing. Inhale, arms up. And sigh. Refreshed. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And sigh. Good. Now you're going to stay at the top of your mat. You've learned I like to turn to the back, so I stay facing you. So you're up here, I'm going to be back here. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Ribs are forward, arms are up. Warrior one. Sometimes I'll say to my class, feel the wrist being held upward as you almost sink down out of the held wrists. Hands back to the hips. Back thigh opens out to the side. You can see my leg rotates open. And then you must walk your left foot in so you're standing on a straight line. Remember, I always give more length here. Arms out, eyes hooked to the left hand, moving meditation. Feel your whole body in the pose, even your toes, your fingertips, the forehead. Remember how one arm goes down back, the other arm goes up, and also back. Reverse warrior. My eyes happily landing on the ground for balance. One more breath. Back into warrior two. Good. Bring your right forearm to the earth, and right away we'll push through the back foot. Feeling back foot, baby toe outer heel, and then the full front foot. We practice yoga barefoot to help our feet remember their natural state. One more breath. Forgot to say on this side to gaze to the foot. Hopefully you were there. Back into warrior two. Smile. Straighten the front leg. You can shorten your stance a little bit. That's that toe heel back foot in and then glide out. Slide out. Land mid-shin. Feel your right shoulder slides back and open up. Utthita Trikonasana in Sanskrit. Two more breaths. One more breath. Here we go. For fun, that's all it's about, is we'll slowly come forward. You can even use your right hand to help you get there. Modifiers, beginners, just stay low, maybe hand on hip. If you've got more of the pose, you can straighten the leg and keep the fingers on the ground and slowly open right hand up to the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, slowly land back into your warrior. I said warrior two, but triangle. Good. And hands on hips and step back to the top of the mat. Good. Breath work, it's called Ujjayi, in through the nose, out through the nose, a beautiful internal rhythm. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inward we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Good. One sun salute in a really good spot at this point. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Moving meditation. Nice, strong lift. Step back, push up. Feel your bones stacked. Knees down, body down. Cobra. Thighs, pubis bones stay on the ground, elbows are bent. Back to earth. Press back, child pose, knees wider, big toes meet together. Sit back, rest back, tuck back. Three more breaths. 2 breath. Slow rise back into tabletop. Let's add a twist here. Again, it's sometimes nice to face you in this direction. So I'm on my hands and knees, the same place we started out in tabletop cat-cow. This time we'll push down strong into the left arm, and you'll take your right arm out to the side. Push down and shift out to the side as much as you can. Maybe you're way up into the sky. And then thread through. So you'll wind through, thread through, lay down into your shoulder. Right hand stabilizes the twist. Can't do that yet. Stay up on your forearm and use your left arm to help you twist your heart. This is a great inversion for evening slow down practice. Yours might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Maybe watching one of my 30-minute classes. Push down into your left hand. We'll get you back into tabletop. Switch sides. Strong push down through the right arm. Left arm goes out. Maybe, all the way up. And thread through, coming into full shoulder or staying up on your forearm. Both poses using your landing hand, which is my right here, to really push down to help twist deeper. Relax your belly, all the muscles of the belly. One more breath. And then a big push down will guide you back into tabletop. And then let's go one more down dog, or the last, I should say. Shift. Anything goes. It's about 6 breaths. If you want to extend a leg back or even bend the knee and roll the belly, nice big stretch from hand to knee to heel. Foot down, second side. Whether you take the leg up or add it on, that big twist shift. And foot lands down. So here we go again. Remember that training of sitting back, just like a crouching tiger. And then I'm gonna walk, just like some of you will. I'll keep my hips low and I'll slowly walk in. Easier to find, fold down. And then rise back up to the sky. Come on up. And hands to your heart. Awesome. Coming to tree pose. 2 feet on the ground. I'll just turn a bit diagonally here. Right knee out to the side. Stable, but relaxed, not tight. Foot steps in. Foot steps up. Hands gather at heart. And then if you like it, balance is pretty good with me today. So I'll take the arms up to the sky. Better balance with arms a little wider, go for that. One more breath, rooted and lifting at the same time. Hands back to the heart, hands back to the hip, knee comes back around. Give a little push out, push forward, I feel, and foot lands on ground. Good. Second side, knee out to the side. Foot steps in, foot steps up. What's your balance like today? Is it good? Hands to the heart. I went straight up. You can meet the straight up or arms out to the side for a mighty oak, a little more balance there. 2 more breaths, rooted to rise. 1 more breath. Hands slide back to heart, back to hips, knee back to the front, and foot lands down. Good. Take a light drink. This is where I won't turn you upside down again. So nice to take a sip of water here. When we come to this part of the class, you might find that that folded blanket or a pretty firm cushion might be close to your mat, where you slide that cushion back under your seat and you sit your hips a little higher than your knees. Now for some, 2 or 3 blankets, having the hips higher than the knees will feel really good. So eyes closed if it's comfortable. Soft gaze if it's not comfortable to close the eyes. Light, L-I-G-H-T, or energy in the body is what I feel when I practice. Tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Another way to say it. When I was growing up in the church, there was a little song that you would sing, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." Don't hide it. Don't hide your light. Be confident in sharing your light. From the top of the head to the inner ear canal, to your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Breath work, of course, you're breathing all day, every day. Feel the lung filling up front, side, back. And sometimes even feeling it go to the lower ribs and even into the belly expansion. If the mind's going a little stronger than you'd like, you can introduce a counting, internal counting. I breathe in, 2, 3, 4. I breathe out, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like counting sheep. I breathe in, 2, 3, 4. I breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more times, sitting quietly, entertaining the quiet, entertaining the silence. 1 more breath. Good. And then if your eyes were open, we're going to meet you there. So we'll let our eyes open back up. And then always let your hands be helpers. You're pretty strong in the upper body to bring the knees back to the center, and then take your legs out front. I'm going to hop off my blanket. You can absolutely leave it underneath your seat. Push your legs forward. Take your arms up and over your head. If you're struggling there, draw the heels a little wider, bend your knees, and lean the spine, body forward. Go about halfway in and decide if that's enough, and then use your hands to support the pull forward. This is all about the hamstring, the bundle of muscles from the knee and below all the way up to your seat bone, the ischial tuberosity bone. 2 more breaths, allow some relaxation, head tips down. 1 more breath. And then a power punch, push down through your legs, sit back up, stretch your arms back up to the sky, and hands back down to the thigh. Good. The twist happens here, which I like. You can stay modified, or if you like bringing the knee across and the heel in. I've probably got about 50-50 on which one you like to do. I'll go back to the basic, but remember this is available for you as well. The right hand drops back as a kickstand and the left arm goes up, and then we'll turn our heart. Notice I'm using my elbow shoulder to get my body over there, and then a nice tuck of the arm. Shoulder back, chin back, face back, eyes back. Feel the energy from your seat coming up through your system. 2 more breaths. I feel, of course you do. 1 more breath. back around to the front, stretch up, push down, and then hand back down. Good. We'll add 2 feet together here, knees to the side. It's called Baddha Konasana. So we'll bring our feet together. Don't mind if your knees are way up by your armpits, that's okay. We're working on flexibility. Wrap your hands, it's a bind, wrap your hands around your feet and then pull your elbows back toward your ribs to sit up tall. If you feel like it, you can do a little shift of the head side to side. Relaxing in the system. Some of you probably already there, that if you want to come forward, the hands, the elbows bend a little and that'll draw your body forward. Be careful. Yoga isn't about injury. Yoga is about self-care. One more breath. And then I'll sit back up and same, use your hands to help bring those legs back in and shift your right leg forward and I'll hop my left foot in. Remember those that are going bigger or stepping across and pulling the right heel in. Left hand, whatever knee is bent is the hand that drops back. Right arm goes up. Feel the alignment. Tune in, tap in, turn on, and then come across, land outside your thigh and press twist. This hand can walk back or over to the right hip to help you twist a little deeper. I breathe in. I breathe out. I breathe in. I breathe out. One more time, I breathe in. Then I breathe out. And body comes back around to the front. Push down, stretch up. And hand back down. So here again, doing something a little different today. So now I've got feet way out in front. Same feet come together. I'm going to use my shins as a guide to help me pull myself forward. Remember last time we went straight forward with the spine. This one I'm going to encourage you to round your back. So make a turtle shell and use your hands to pull you forward. Some of you will be way up here. Some of you will be able to walk in a little deeper. Some of you will be able to walk in a little deeper. Eventually, you'll nest your head in the arch of your foot. So getting yourself slowly, eventually down the road, you'll be in a deeper pose. One more breath, I feel. And then walk yourself back up and help your legs come back in. Here we'll use our hands to help scoot the seat forward and to lay on the back. Good. Bring the knees into your chest and let them even be pulled wider with your hands. So now you're in a really nice compressed little ball here. My feet are flexed. I like the charging up of my feet flexed. And then Ananda, bliss state, is to do a little rocking side to side. Now in this room I'm on carpet, so I have a nice little cush underneath my mat that makes this pose quite nice. Good. Push your thighs back together and both feet go up to the sky. Little spacing allows you to point your feet, flex your feet, and even do a few loop arounds. If you're on your feet for your day job, your work, then these kind of poses feel really great at the end of the day. Watch my hand. They're going to slide underneath my soft seat, not my bones, so the lower of the pelvic bones. And then either keep your head back or lift yourself into your legs. I'll choose to stay up here, push through your heels, and slowly lower your right heel down and push through your left. This is core, but I do it at the end of the class just for a really nice stretch. I like it. Right leg back up, left heel goes forward, push through, and back up, slowly lowering the right, maybe keeping your gaze on the left, and back up, lower your left, push through, and back up. One more time, and back up, lower left, and back up. Everything just slowly comes back down to the ground. Kerplunk. Allow both knees to fall over. I don't stack my thighs. I kind of like them a bit separate, and they'll fall over to the right. Upper body can reach to the left. Never ever far from your center is the name of this work. I learned how to stay centered. The flame, the light. Both knees up and over to the other side. Again, I've got a bit of space so I don't have my thighs stacked. And then I've got right arm out to the side. This side, my left hand landed on my lower belly, which felt nice. Two more breaths. One more breath. And knees back in. Any last anything before I take you to Shavasana, the final pose, final destination? I'll have yogis in class just flop right into it. They've lost my words. They don't even listen at that point. So if you've got any other place that you want to stretch, a hip opener, back to happy baby, where you've got a nice charge of legs out to the side. Good. 5 more breaths. And then unwind when you're ready. So we'll unwind. I usually go as wide as my yoga mat. Again, I've got carpet here, so my heels feel comfortable even off of my yoga mat. Arms out to the side, let them splay open, bicep up, palm up. Rearrange your head. If you've got the chin way high, lift your head up and lay the head back down. If you prefer a pillow or a blanket underneath your head, go for it. It's a little before lunch for me here as I film this class, so I don't need to stay here too long because I'm still in the morning hours. But if you're here in the evening and you feel like staying here for a lot longer, please do it. Please stay in a very relaxed state. Five more breaths. Again, stay here if you're not ready to move yet. If you're moving, join me with stepping the feet back on the mat. You can stretch your hands over your head, even interlace your fingers. And then we always roll over to the right side, all going the same direction, plus easier to sit up from this point. And then push down to come back into seated position. Be the light, be the light. I'm sure you've got a few in your life where you're just, you're called to them. Not out of being the popular one in the room, but the one that emits an energy that feels good to you. And the more you find that in yourself, the more that you can also be that. So at the end of every class, I say it, the light in me honors the light that shines so bright from each one of you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Like, comment, ask questions about poses. I'm always happy to answer them. And subscribe so you catch the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.